I've done 7. I've done 7 of these. I did 5 before and then 2 this month. I feel like basically any combination is going to be okay, but I also feel like there's a really delicate balance with the jobs in this game. And I'd be kind of worried that if you open it up to too many challenge runs, it's just gonna get dicey. Like, I finished the game with 4 Onion Knights, and that you would think is the worst, but your end game is pretty comfy because you get onion swords and shields and armor and stuff. It's just that it takes you 50 hours to get to that point. Some of the other jobs, like, yeah, for geomancers or something, I don't know what you even do until you unlock those. If you're just stuck with Onion Knight until you unlock your job, because that could really fuck you up. Like, you would have to Onion Knight through Garuda for so many of them. Oh, no. You'd have to Onion Knight through Salamander, but you're still wasting, like, 25 levels of really bad HP growth. I don't know. I think Onion Risk could be okay, but yeah, I'd be kind of scared to try anything too ambitious with this game. You kind of need water or earth to give you something. And if it doesn't, you're kind of in trouble. Now we've gotta just forget our time doing 6,000 damage a turn. Go back to thinking that 12 is a big hit. A 5 enemy encounter? I don't know if I've ever seen a 5 enemy encounter in this cave. I don't want to fight it. This cave is spelled Altar Cave, A-L-T-A-R. Okay, well here's the 5 enemy encounter, but backwards. I don't know if I knew that this altar was spelled with an AR. Altar, like change, is ER, right? Ambushed. I do want to fight to get a level. You know what, it's Land Turtle. It's not gonna matter. Yeah, like, this... I understand which altar it is, but I guess the spelling just looks weird to me. Maybe because I don't see that altar written out often. Yeah, four weird shadows. I think it was 6 shadows, actually. I think it was 3 on each side. Is it 1 shadow per job from this crystal? Wonder if that was intentional. Here we go again? Yes. The young heroes receive the crystal's power. Maybe they'll give me white mage and I just win again. I don't think I've gotten red mage since the first one. Alright, let's see. Register. My jobs are warrior. Oh, my layout hasn't changed. That's fine. This is the 3rd warrior? I think so. The 2nd of the month. We got warrior, warrior, monk, warrior. Oh, dark mode broke the spoiler text. Wow. Warrior's a pretty fun one. Is Warrior the worst pull? No. Warrior gives you a really accelerated early game. Yeah, Warrior, like, you have to farm for Giant Rat. But, like, the farm is super, super easy with Warrior, because you can go and get Shell Armor and Serpent Sword. This seems wrong at the smaller font. I don't remember if I used font size 18 for this. That'll be okay. Would be worse pull? Ooh, White Mage I think is the best. White Mage is probably the best. Red Mage probably second best. White Mage is devastating. Because Arrow is tier 2 magic in this. So White Mage gets offensive magic really early, and before they get that, they have Cure. And the first few dungeons... Oh, whoops. These aren't warrior. These are question marks. The first few dungeons have undeads. So White Mage has, like, the fastest early game farm and early game progression, and is strong on Giant Rat, and is really strong against Garuda. Red Mage is the same situation. I thought I already changed all of these to warrior. Except Red Mage is a little bit worse at healing in the mid to end game. The worst start... I don't know. Honestly, all of them are fantastic. It's probably Warrior or Monk, just because you have to farm for Giant Rat. But, like... Warrior is so strong for the rest of the game, until, like, the super end of the game, but then you hope that you just get something from Water Crystal or Earth Crystal. I don't remember what I do for the early game farm. I don't remember if I physically attack shadows or if I use potions. Yeah, it's so hard to know, because like Warrior and Monk have that one dedicated grind before Nepto, which sucks. But then they smash everything after it until Garuda. And the others, like Black Mage and White Mage and Red Mage, don't have to do that farm for Giant Rat. But then they do need to level up somewhere for Salamander. Salamander and Guts Go and all of that, instead of just going. So they have a bit of an accelerated early game, but then they still have to grind somewhere. Onion Knight, if you can only get one Onion Knight, I think it's worse at water. I think. Water has the highest potential, I think. Black Belt, Viking, and Dragoon are all... they're all essentially a win. Bronze Bracers we can't use. Oh, I've had Blizzaga miss. Yeah, it sucks. 2 items missing. Yeah, there are 2 healers. Bard and Evoker are water. Red Mage, White Mage are wind, and then Devout and Sage are Earth. I don't know if I wanted that or not. I don't know if I want to have them attack against shadows or not. We might do it and just cross our fingers and hope that we can win the first 2 encounters. Oh, we could bow. Yeah, we'll do that, I think. Long swords. Maybe two front row and two bows. 2 front row and then a potion thrower? Not sure. There's money in the castle, and we're gonna head over there. So I think I'll spend all of my money on potions, and then go to the castle and get the bow and holy arrow, and that should be okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to think. Like, early game Onion sucks too, because you have You have to do the same grind as warrior and monk, except you're taking an HP penalty every time. Every time you level, because Onion Knight growth is bad. So that part sucks, but then you're guaranteed to get help from water and earth. Let's do it this way. Have the bow user in the front. I'm sorry, I hadn't responded, Goose Control. I saw your message and thought about it, and then I don't know, it didn't mention anything. For the 4-job Fiesta, I haven't played all of the classes. I think it's pretty unlikely to, because I think there are 8 available for Water Crystal. But I have played all of them at some point. Is he dead? Yeah. I don't think I've seen... This guy is playing for keeps right now. Alright, the early experience desync. Yeah, now we don't have to worry about it. We could take the big brain gamble and leave them dead. But I think Warrior gets good stats. Good HP growth. Could it be? I don't think I really mind having those two dead. I think I do want to get them back, but having a 2-level advantage is fine. Mithril stuff here. Zeus Rage. I'm gonna put that on him. No, there aren't any level death spells. Items 1. That's in there. I'll get it later. $28 is a lot. I probably should just be using potions. And I had bad targeting. He's dead. Not smart. We're gonna do this. Do enemies have levels? Yeah. It's probably used in the damage calculation somewhere. That does get rid of blinds. That's good. Okay, so he's the bow, those two are shielding, and then longsword. We've got a lot of potions and we have a lot of cash, and we don't have...
I love it!
I guess we do have the worst equipment burden out of anybody, but we have a lot of early game cash, so it's okay. Grim, thanks for the 110 months. They attack, they use potions. Potion, potion. Attack. Attack. Potion M. Defend. Attack. Great. Inventory. Is he the guy? He's the guy. $110 is a lot of months. It's longer than I've been alive. So the game is winning so far. Everybody has equipment, right? That guy sucks, man. We should be able to do 2 here. Oh, get some. Hopefully Shallot goes. Nope. So it's tempting to stay here for a while, but... do I need to? What level are we? Oh, 6? Yeah, we do. Because I've got to do the pretty lengthy... item drop farm. It looks like Chive is going to be my dedicated job level grind. He's the lowest job level. But he's defending every turn. Does it make sense for him to? Probably not. Red? Red is usually the mage. Alright, Chive. You've been promoted. So glad that this inn is free. While everybody's a ghost, we can just go upstairs and use the bed. That dude sucks. Alright, I guess we'll get to level 8. And then we'll go. Guess we don't really need to, but it's quick. It's quick enough. I can't buy potions because the shopkeeper is a ghost. So I can't resupply before the cave, but I think we have 16 or something. It should be fine. The Jinn doesn't do that much damage. Unless you buy really cheap Jinn. Seagrunts. Speaking of really cheap Jinn, my wine is empty. Need to hurry up and get this level. I'm gonna use a potion just to be quicker. One more. Please don't use poison. Good. Okay. So the white mages, you get cure somewhere. I already have it, right? Yeah, it's in a box, probably in the first area. I don't really remember where it was, but you can get one cure, and you can just swap it between mages. So you can have one white mage just use full enemy team cure until they're out of charges, and then you can just swap the cure to another person and have them use it. So the early game grind is super powerful. Alright. This save data. 1 healthy guy, 1 critical health, and 2 dead. It's like that evolution graph. Alright, away we go. Another 5 enemy encounter. Oh, I didn't refill my drink. Alright, I'll do it after this battle. I'm gonna leave it right here, so we get to listen to fanfare for 3 minutes. That will drive you guys mad. We'll stay here. Alright, I'll be back. Okay. Sure. Yeah, fanfare is a 4-minute song. The item get jingle is 5 minutes long on the official soundtrack. You know, every time I go in this cave and I meet Princess Sarah, I forget. I should say it the other way. I always forget that Princess Sarah is in this game until I go through this dungeon and see her again. Even though I just finished the game and she was just at the end of the last playthrough, still had no memory of her. I think I slept in her bed at the beginning of this playthrough too. Took her stuff and then stole her bed. Alright, I have to remember Antarctic winds are really good items, again, at this point in the game. I need to wipe the previous playthrough from my mind. Yeah, I usually do, Mobius, because I don't think I get healed after this fight. Poison is an unfortunate turn. This should be the last fight, because I think the Jin event triggers once you go down there. Most of these other things, you have to like walk up to the bad guy and talk to them, but I think this one is once I walk past the threshold. Yeah. The Jin attacked! Great first turn. Now we'll do it again. Good second turn. Might not even need to heal. Some huge crits. Holy moly. Good work, team. That dude's only worth 200 experience? 3 skeletons are worth more? You know, it's kind of weird that we actually succeed in sealing the Jin. I feel like half the villains, maybe literally every single villain in Final Fantasy 1 comes back after you defeat them. I guess Astos doesn't? I'm surprised that he's not just like in the final dungeon. Jin 2, Rum. Alright, King Bo, give me a boat. I think we're only missing like 60 health. I can just use a potion and be fine. Alright, let's go sail to our other boat. Smash it into a rock. Unseal him and then kill him. Dracula style. Yeah, I already did that stuff. Ah, wait. Did I want to wait on buying things until Kanan? I feel like I make this mistake every time I play. Kanan, I don't think it has... I don't think it has mithril gear though. There's this stuff that I want to get. You know, I'm also trying to think... Is there any other enemy in this game that blinds you? that status effect is just kind of gone after this dungeon, isn't it? Goldor does? I think there are 1 or 2 enemies that can cast Blind the spell. I think the horses do. I think Sleipnir does Blind and Toad in Eureka. But on hit, I don't think there's any other enemy in this game that does it. It sets like a really scary precedent where you're really worried about like your warriors getting blinded and then your damage is just gone. And then it doesn't seem like it's ever relevant again. I think Kanan has Mithril gear. I'm gonna go check first. If it doesn't, I can just take the short walk up here. Or maybe it was no, I need it before I go to Tozus. Yeah, so I guess we'll just see. We'll just see what's here. Someday, it might be worth just keeping this elixir instead of saving Cid's wife. That seems like a really greedy thing to do, but elixirs late game are really valuable, and stuff like Great Bow and Gnomish Bread is not super impactful for most team counts. Mrs. Cid. Just walk up to Mrs. Cid in bed and drink the elixir. No, I think she actually needs an elixir. Yeah, I mean skip the chests. Just not do this. And just keep the elixir. Because really, there's nothing down here except a Great Bow, which, like, is nice. But is it really that much of a help? All it really does is it means that I can't get all the chests here. My tracker would be incomplete. Alright, sell blinds, sell... I'll keep one bow. Sell the vests. Those. That. White Slayer. I don't need Cure. I'll keep Cure, though. what matters here. 2 mithril swords, I think. Yeah, I can just buy great sword or great bows here too. So, yeah, really, there is no. Objectively speaking, there's no reason to save Cid's wife. But gotta do it out of principle. Alright. Time to go yell at Bird God. Or instead of yell at Bird God, I should go apologize to him for selling him for half of a shuriken. That is the going rate. Yeah, 32,500. That's what Bahammer goes for. On the flying boat market, that's his going rate. Oh, how many okay, so I had 29 shurikens last playthrough. I used them every turn against Ahriman, and Ahriman used a Kiraja. And I used it every turn against Cloud of Darkness. And I ended, I think, with 10. So I need about 20. And that's completely free. So I should be pretty comfortable with selling the early shuriken in Gaisal if I need the money. I missed the really good part of the music. Should I just stay here until we hear it? Maybe. Grok. 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 Is there another Bahamut? No, this is the one. This is the one Bahammer. I have to assume that all the baby Bahamuts died. Or they just turn into non-Bahamuts. They turn into the... Of course it's Chive. I think he dies every time. Maybe they turn into Rustbird. Geronimo! The other question... Oh, that's probably what Hitaka means. What does Bahamut mate with to create the eggs? Or does Bahamut just make the eggs and then they turn into birds? Through the power of Bahamut. Okay, we are going to stay shrunk for a really long time. Is the world just screwed in a few years? Yeah, the Warriors of Light went to the darkness. The world of darkness. So there's no one to save them from the 8 Bahamuts. Well, you can only buy the power of Bahamut if you've already defeated Bahamut. So it's the equivalent of like, ah man, I got a new phone and now I don't remember Bahamut's number. You can pay someone to remind you you can buy a phone book. That's basically all it is. This music is so good. (1-800-BAHAMMER). Okay, so with Warrior, we do need to grind before we can fight Giant Rat, but we can steal from Nepto Dragon beforehand. There's Shell Helm, Shell Armor, and Serpent Sword, which is a lightning elemental sword, and that greatly accelerates our grinds. So we're just gonna cross our fingers and hope that we can grab that stuff and then leave before Bugbear absolutely beats the shit out of us. All right, that didn't happen. That was just a test run. Should I rest? I've got potions. Yeah, see, now the bears have been fed, so they're not hungry. And now we can just run freely. This is the shell stuff. This is gonna hurt. We're fine, dude. We are so fine. This is cozy. They see nothing. They see nothing! I mean, my only complaint is that it's just too easy. Nothing here! Too easy. Alright, now we're gonna kick the shit out of them. You don't get these. You don't deserve them. Moldy? Should we split it? Share the wealth. You are going to be a white mage, just for the purposes of using Mini a second time. This is an allowable job change for the purposes of the 4-job Fiesta. Alright, so you're a back road, but you have a bow. These two have 1 shell each and a serpent sword. And now we're going to spend the rest of our money on things. We have... Alright, we're job level 14. We need to get to a number that I remember. Job level 37 is our target. So this is our home for the next something. So sea elementals can drop the things that we want. Our goal with this grind is to get one of our characters to job level 37. And to get at least, I think, 3 Antarctic wins. With Warrior, it's a lot less critical. Because we have 4 items, and they're going to be doing about 250 damage. So we technically have everything that we need already. Any surplus though is gonna help make Salamander easier. But that's not really a big concern with Warrior because we're gonna have Freezing Blade. And that thing hits like a truck. That's going to be doing a shitload of damage. So, it's not as critical here. But we still want drops. Drops are always good. Sea Elementals are good. And Killer Fish is not. I think Killer Fish and Hermit are the 2 that we don't want to see. Tangy and Sea Elemental, I think. Seihagen and Tangy and Sea Elemental are the good ones. Paralyze. On-hit paralyze? These guys are super duper tanky. The warriors, I mean. I guess I'm still thinking of the monks who are taking like 70 damage from these guys. Why is Holy Arrow doing so much more damage than the Lightning Sword? Tangy is potentially a scary fight. But Stare missed everybody, so it's not so bad. It's amazing how different this grind is for warrior versus monk. Also, wilds, the HP range, 10 HP difference between those. I think this is our first Sahag encounter. Alright. So we got the more rare drop from him, which is significantly worse for us. However, Bacchus's Cider will be useful against Salamander. Bacchus's Cider is haste in this. But haste is really not an impactful thing. I think it's much more impactful the lower job level you are. Because I think it's a hit multiplier. But when you're job level 99, you're going to be getting 24 hits or 20 hits each time. But if you're a lower job level, I think it's more impactful. And there's only one freezing blade. So it might end up that using Bacchus's Cider on my one damage dealer for Salamander is going to end up being huge. That actually could be a really good drop. The main thing we're looking for from this is like a bunch of Antarctic Wind drops. It's less for Giant Rat. Like there are 4 offensive items that are just lying around in boxes before Giant Rat. And if you're job level 37 or higher, those are going to be doing around 250 damage, and he has 1050 health. So using all 4 of those, if you get even average damage rolls, and then supplementing with like 17 rounds of physical attacks, that's going to kill Giant Rat. But I want to get more Antarctic Winds because they're going to help me with Salamander. He's the bigger hurdle, generally speaking. But I think Bacchus's Cider will serve a similar or maybe even better function against him. We'll have to see. That fight is like, it's just a damage race, so it's only going to last 3 turns, depending on turn order. So if the Bacchus's Cider goes last, it might not contribute at all, but if it goes first, it might be a win. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. I don't think there are any other Bacchus's Ciders that you can get before Salamander. I think the first one you can get might be... It might be in the Bard Town in World 2. Or in Lower Worlds. Flooded Worlds? I don't know what to call it. The central island there, I think, has two Earth Drums and 1 Bacchus's Cider. Maybe a Lamia Scale. Job level 24? We're cruising. This is a pretty comfy grind. Warriors early game are just so tanky. So tanky and so strong. No drop. My wine is empty again. Another Bacchus's cider drop. That's fucked up. Honestly. There's his drops. So, Bacchus's cider is more rare than Antarctic Wind, which is the one that I want. Less rare than Arctic Wind, which is just a free win. If you get one of those, the early game is over. 2 Bacchus's cider. No, the issue is that that second one is wasted. I can't use that anywhere that's impactful. Salamander, definitely yes. The other option would be Garuda, but I don't know that you really want to waste a turn with someone to use a Bacchus's cider against Garuda. Alright, I'm gonna refill my drink quick. We can listen to Boat Song, because Boat Song is good. I'll be back. Okay. Thank you for the super comfy, chill, relaxing game. Oh, it's my pleasure. Love this game. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Never heard this entire loop before. The boat song is really good. As long as I don't, like, accidentally run into the land on the side, it does pick up from where it left off after the battle. Ah! Actually, I'm not sure now. Yeah, it does. It's a nice theme, though. I feel like I say it every time I do one of these, but this game's soundtrack is fantastic. I think I still will always put Final Fantasy VIII's soundtrack first, as far as Final Fantasy games, but this one is probably second for me. Like, every single track is great. Seven has really, like, every Final Fantasy except maybe 5 has a lot of tracks that are really good, but also a lot of duds. 5 for me only has like 1 or 2 tracks that I really enjoy. 7 has a lot that I love and a lot that are just like don't really care. But everything in 8 I love, and everything in this one I love. The Famicom version's good too. I admit I haven't heard most of the Famicom versions. I have heard the boss themes, and I think I prefer. Hold on, let me check for science. Yeah, the Final Fantasy Legends have good music. I think you can switch to original. Yeah. Just instant feel good. This boss theme is great. I think I prefer the 8-bit version to the remaster. It's really, really good. How's this theme? What beautiful tone. Yeah, these are good. Boundless Ocean? Mm-hmm. It's such great tone. It's incredible. The Une song? Swift Twist? No, it's Good Morning, isn't it? Yeah, it's great. Dark World. One of them is missing. What about Sironia? Oh, true, the mini battle themes. Yeah. Yep, okay. The arpeggios are a lot more... I mean, they're just gone in this one. I agree with you. I think this one's better. Yeah, just great. Just great music. Alright, let's keep hitting things. Really, that's an astonishing soundtrack for Famicom. It's probably up there with Gradius 2 for best Famicom soundtrack for me. Like, I feel like I owe it to myself to play the Famicom version of this. But I also feel like I'm just too used to the quality of life stuff in this. Being able to play like an idiot because there's autosave. It's hard to know. Right now I love this game and I really enjoy this version. And I don't want to risk tarnishing that. But there's also, like, can you say that you like FF3 if you haven't played the original? On the other hand, who cares? The DS version I did play and I loved, honestly. I've mentioned it before on stream, but I got Final Fantasy 3 DS. Was it my first DS game? Let me think. I bought my friend's used DS Fat in high school. No, I think it was Pokemon Pearl. I think that was my first. And then I think I bought Final Fantasy 3 after that. I loved it though. I had a lot of fun with it, and I had gotten, so I'd never quit Final Fantasy 3. I was playing it, and I enjoyed it, and I happened to stop right before Garuda, because my brother was flying, he was flying to California for a job interview, and I think it was his first long flight. This HP difference is wild to me. They're all level 15. He's got a 13 HP difference. Yeah, so he was flying to California from New York, and didn't have anything to do on the plane. But he had a DS Lite, because we used to play Pokemon together, and I was like, okay, here's Final Fantasy 3, you can play this. I really enjoy it, and it'll give you a lot of hours. He was like, ah, okay, thanks, and then never played it and never gave it back to me, and I don't know where it is now. It might have gotten thrown away. Anyways, I enjoyed that version, but I got past Salamander, but never fought Garuda, so... In my mind, Salamander's like the big stumbling block. Like if you get to Salamander and you make it past, then you're probably well equipped to handle Garuda. Because Salamander, you can't just cheese with Dragoon. Yeah. More FF3, yes. I finished the other 4-job Fiesta earlier. An hour and some change ago, I think. And, didn't want to cut stream, but the other things that I'm looking to play are things I don't really want to start for an hour and a half or 2 hours. So, thought we'd do another one, and then I'll maybe finish it up tomorrow. We'll see. I hope you're having a good Friday, Tiny Pixel. I hope you got your Vulpix and Sandshrew. Always want to use the newest jobs. Yeah. That's more or less what I heard, and that like basically every endgame team comp is going to be 2 ninjas and 2 sages. And that's, you know, that's fine. Job level 33. So our timer is almost expired here. You have not gotten Vulpix or Sandshrew. Was about to reset and then Shiny Charmander. That's good. I don't remember what I was working on some sandwich for some outbreak. And it was by a cliffside, so to respawn it, I would like jump off the cliff and fly for a bit and circle around and come back. And when I circled around, I saw a shiny oh god, what's Arvin's dog? Is Mastiff the stage 1 form? I think it is. And it's Boss Mastiff or something. Mabostiff? Sure. Mabostiff, there it is. So there was a shiny Mastiff on the lower part of the cliff, and it was like, shit. Like, I'm gonna waste this entire, like, shiny grass sandwich, and I got a dark dog. But you gotta keep it, because he's a good dog. It's not another Tropius is right. Yeah. I was at 20 of each Herba Mystica, and now I'm down to 10 of each. I've used so many. I've used 50 Herba Mystica on shiny farming, and I've gotten like a box and a half of just like Pokédex fodder, things I'm never gonna use. Warrior Start, yeah. The first 4-job Fiesta that I did of this event this month was Warrior Start. A box and a half of Tropius, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so sad, because there's, like... Tropius has so much potential with theory crafting stuff, but in Pokemon Scarlet, the animations take so long that it's just not viable for anything. There have been a number of raids that Tropius legitimately could have soloed. But it's like... It takes so long for the ability proc, for the harvest proc, and then the berry consumption proc, and then the berry regrowth proc. And Solar Blades has the double animation in Sun. It has a gathering sunlight, and then a pause, and then the attack, and then I think there was another animation afterwards. Oh, and there's the stat up proc too when you eat the berry. So it's like you get hit by something, you eat the berry. There's like the item consumption animation, the stat up animation, and then the harvest proc animation, and then the first form of Solar Blade proc, and then the second half of Solar Blade. So like every turn that Tropius takes is like 2.5 normal turns, and it does 20% the damage of a normal Pokemon. The animations do hurt you, yeah. The raids are all real time. After turn 0. So like a lot of the raids will start and they'll do a bunch of bullshit at the beginning. Or like if you start and like 3 of your teammates have Intimidate, or if you're using a Paradox Pokemon and you have like Booster Energy or something. And it consumes your item and then procs your ability. Like all of that stuff doesn't count towards the timer. But once the battle begins, all of it is timed. So yeah, like a move like Shell Smash or something that has 5 stat changes and 2 stat animations takes so long. In like Icicle Spear, like if you use Cloyster or if you use Tandem Mouse, all of that stuff is just like a death sentence. Alright, well, this run is a very different dynamic because We got no drops. I mean, not being able to turn off animations, it makes sense for raids, because... It makes sense. Because someone who wants the full experience and wants to watch the animations, it doesn't feel fair to punish them. Like, okay, yeah, you can watch the animations, but you get 1/3 as many turns as this other guy. That doesn't seem right. But at the same time, it's like, well, I can't use Tropius at all. Yeah, so I got the cider. I got Bacchus' cider, which, I'm just gonna... Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to just gamble that this is gonna be enough. For Salamander. The few Antarctic winds, and then a Bacchus' cider Freezing Blade Warrior. I'm just gonna have to hope. Okay, everybody's a warrior. I don't think I really care to give everybody double shields. Okay. So, one of our warriors is level 38. We have 4 offensive items, and I have documented that at job level 37 plus, we do 220 to 270 with attacking items. Rat has 1,050 health, so if we can do 270, we win. But all it takes is like one really low roll. Did I max out on potions? I'm a fucking moron. We're probably gonna need all of them. In an ideal world, if you have one level 38 warrior, job level 38 warrior, you can win 100% of the time. If you just... It's gonna take 17 turns of attacking and then 4 offensive items. So we need, with best luck, probably about 25 potions. Fira is gonna do about 80 damage, so we can't sustain it by using... There's not an armor shop here, right? It's just items. If everybody had double mithril shields, we'd probably be able to dodge a decent amount of Firas. But I think I only have 4 total shields. 6 total shields, but 4 mithril. I don't know. It's gonna be a win, but it might just be ugly. Not being able to turn... Yeah, not being able to turn off animations at all. I can understand being a bit of a pain, but I don't know. I played all the other Pokemon games with turning the animations off, but I enjoyed having to sit through all of them in Scarlet. It's just a pain when you want to use like super gimmicky sets in raids. But I absolutely don't think that they should allow turning off animations in raids. All right, a giant rat. We want 250 at least. Okay. So 28 sucks. That's 7 more turns we have to sit through. That also sucks. That's 14 additional turns, so 31 total now. If I don't get at least 250 hearing to reset, I think. Yeah, 17, 21, 28 more turns. Bad rolls. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep going. We have 99 potions, so we're guaranteed to win. It's just going to be a matter of, like, how annoying it's going to be to do this. Ideally, we would get a dodge at some point. Wow. Giant Rat opened this fight with, Fire 1, didn't it? Nice miss. Huge. So during the mega event that had that version exclusive event, they had 6 Pokemon in like 3 days.
I love it.
I love it. Yo, thanks for the 50 months, Shikrar. Yes, gonna punch the rat. Twilight gave me an Alolan Sandshrew. The ice one. Ice Steel. I think that's Alolan. They gave me one of those, and I had the Ninetales already. But I was like, okay, you know, I'll use an ice sandwich. I'll wait for them to spawn in the savannah so that there's no conflicting spawns with an ice sandwich, and then I'll pick up some more Vulpixes and some Sandshrews. And I'd use it, and I think I got 2 Vulpixes, but zero Sandshrew. But it's okay. It's okay, because I've still got mine. Yes. Yeah, you've gotta look at the ears. Thankfully, the ears are big enough and easy enough to see that it's not so bad. It's not like the Charcadet hunt where you need to look at their eyes. You need to get their attention and make them face you. But yeah, it's still rough. Okay, so we needed with 250 damage rolls, it was a 17 round fight, and then we got 3 low rolls that added 7 each. So it's going to be a 28 round fight, and we've used 40 potions, and many of them have been 2 rounds. We used 50 potions. So we should be close, actually. Yeah, Sandshrew, it's like the entire front is blue. But when it's facing away from you... The Sandshrew I actually had a harder time... I had a harder time spotting. Or I had a harder time looking for, because I never found the shiny. Passimian took me a really long time, too. I prepped every outbreak every day. Just because with the event ones, you can usually find the shiny just during the preparation. But Passimian, I had killed probably 300 of them before I resorted to find it, or to using a sandwich. The Rangaroo, I think I only killed 15 or something. Alright, Rat is dead. Now, I'm hoping during just the general cleanup here, we had 63 potions, so we were 36 away from max, and we have 38 here, so that would have been a pretty dicey fight if I hadn't gone back and maxed out. Yeah, so I'm hoping during the odds and ends cleanup here, we can get at least one Antarctic Wind. I think it only does about 400 damage to Salamander, and he has 4,000 health. We're gonna have a Bacchus' Cider Freezing Blade warrior. That's gonna be smashing him. But even if we assume a completely unreasonable 1,000 damage a turn, we're still gonna need a lot of damage from the items. Alright. How do we have so many spare mithril swords? Oh, 3. No, that's fine. Okay. So, we now are going to go to the Village of the Ancients. We don't actually need to, because Medusa kind of sucks. But we're going to go here to get more Serpent Swords. There's a Flame Tongue in Tower of Owen, and that's a pretty strong sword. Next class is after Salamander. So our next dungeon is quite short, and that's Medusa as a boss. After that, it opens up the Outer Ocean. I don't think I'm going to really do anything in the Outer Ocean. I think we're just going to go. And then there's a very, very short dungeon with one other boss that we can just smash. And then we have the volcano with Salamander, so it's going to be pretty quick. It's going to be tonight for sure. I'll probably stop after I unlock whatever this is. Or, depending on how bad it is, maybe I'll do the next 2 dungeons just to unlock Water Crystal. and then see really what kind of a dire situation we're gonna be in. I would really like Ranger Evoker. That would be fantastic. That would be so much fun. But, you know, we'll see. I probably can just front row everybody. Give everybody Serpent Swords and front row all of them. Fuck, I'm stupid. $18 and $9. Evoker is the random one, yeah. It sure is. Fire Staff we don't need. Mithril Rod we don't need. These ones we don't need. These ones we don't need. I don't know if I'm gonna have money to buy another Serpent Sword. So we want 3 people attacking. We're gonna get a Flame Tongue, and we're gonna get a Freezing Blade. So I need 2 Serpent Swords. One is gonna be Serpent Sword, Freezing Blade. One's gonna be Serpent Sword, Flame Tongue. One's gonna be double Serpent Sword. Perfect. I'm gonna take a quick break. We can listen to this music because it's unique. I'll be back in a bit. Okay. I'm still not sure if we're in good shape or horrible, horrible, unsalvageable shape for Salamander. But I think we're gonna charge forward with reckless abandon and assume that everything is gonna be okay. This way. Oh! No, we need to go into Castle Argus. I think there's an Antarctic wind there. I know there's a bomb fragment and a tranquilizer. Those don't help me, but I think there is an Antarctic wind. It's been a spider sitting in the same corner of your room at the door all day. I've had, man, I don't know. I don't know how spiders work. And I don't want to look it up because there's going to be pictures of spiders if I search anything with spiders. But ever since I've moved into this house, which is 2.5 years ago, maybe, there have been spiders in the same corners of the same room forever. And especially in the garage. Like, there's 2 corners in the garage, and there's been spiders there for 2.5 years. And like the spider will go there and then it dies, and I can see it like all curled up, and then a few days later that spider husk is gone, and there's a new spider there that hangs out and makes the same web in the same spot, and then that one dies a few weeks later. And then that shriveled up spider goes away, and there's a new one, and he makes the same web in the same corner of the door frame. And I don't get it. Like, clearly it's not good eats there, because they're fucking dead. But every single one makes a web in the same spot. I don't know if there's like a scent there that they're fighting over, or I don't know. I don't know how they communicate. I don't know how they find spots. I don't know how they determine if a spot is good or not. But spiders molt? But it's the same size all the time. For 2 years. Got linked the screenshot with the letters. Oh my god, the letters. All the worm screenshot where every capital letter was missing except for the ones used to spell help me. Hold on, I think I still have that. Oh my god, where is it? Wait, I found it. Yes. This is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite pictures. Just absolutely incredible. All the caps are missing, except for those in Help Me. One of the most incredible screen caps ever. It's so good. It's so good. Like how does it even happen? That was our last attempt at playing Worms, where Mecha couldn't load any maps. Every single map for him was invisible. And I had the help me screen. We've had some remarkably cursed nights of video games. Wait. You need to learn Toad. You need to be frogs, not short. And warrior. And you use shields. Yeah, like the local multiplayer desync in Ultimate Chicken Horse was pretty good. A lot of these, we've had some pretty incredible nights, but that night of Worms was the most convincing nope that I've ever seen from a video game. Mecha and our computers were absolutely fucking done with that game. Any chance of playing Worms Armageddon Remaster this year? We played Reloaded. But either way, I think there's probably not much chance. But we'll see, you know. Ambushed. I don't think I bought more potions. I don't think it matters. Medusa is gonna get absolutely crushed. Like the maps being invisible is like, okay, that's a weird bug, but I could maybe understand that happening. But like all the capital letters of the title screen being missing, except for the ones that spell "help me," is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Dr. Fall, yeah, the 7 Saga, Team 7 Saga, their first match being 3 actions long. 2 actions, wasn't it? The match started and Dr. Fall was between, like, 4 explosives and died. Took 700,000 damage. And then Gorsia 5000 got an Armageddon in a box, used it, and killed 13 worms. Ended the match. 2 actions. The entire worms round fit in a clip. That game was incredible. Yeah, it was like the most succinct representative match for Team 7 Saga. Dr. Fall spawns in the worst fucking possible place. Dies on turn 1 every single match. He was the second worm in my lineup and never got a turn, I don't think. And then Gorsia 5000 ended the whole thing. Ooh, Echo Herbs. I know what to do with those. Yeah, Murph's Worms always finding fire was great. Yeah, Worms, it took a really long time. Like, it was basically Duck Game, but a lot slower. A lot of the issue, too, was that we didn't have a standard set of 4 that would play regularly. We would swap in other people. And if you get the one match where, like, hey, I'm on PJ's stream, I'm gonna target PJ, and you get eliminated on the second turn, then it's like, alright, I get to sit and watch for 40 minutes. So that got a bit old. All right, Medusa. I don't think I'm gonna need to even heal. We got 2 crits on the first turn. I think I can just auto-battle this with defend. I might not even get job levels on everybody. Oh, 12:30. I would really like to defeat Salamander tonight. We'll rush to him and see what happens. I cleared out Castle Argus, but wasn't paying attention to what I got. I don't remember if I got an Antarctic Wind. There was a Zeus's Wrath and a bomb fragment. I'm gonna have to check my inventory. I think there are only 2 in the volcano. I did get 1. My wine is empty. Every single encounter in the outer ocean can spawn or can drop Antarctic Winds. So ideally, I would get 1 or 3 or 4 here. Queh. I can't talk to this guy. Just chocobo food. I'll use the N. The party is well rested. How can you not? How can you not be with all these sheep? You woolly rascal! Oh, woolly nuisance. What a great town. Alright, I guess, you know what? This town has better music than any other town. I'm gonna refill my wine, and then, I guess we'll go do dwarf things. Okay. Let's go to the Dwarven Hollow and see what kind of trouble we're in. This will be the first attempt that I've had without any extra Antarctic wind drops. Unless I get one on the way there. Every enemy in the outer ocean can drop it. Potion. Baited. These guys are decent experience too, so it wouldn't really hurt to just farm. There's one. I was gonna say I'm probably gonna want another level before we fight Salamander, but we have to do the entire previous area. Not previous, the entire preceding area. One more chance. I've got to buy some. Got to buy some mallets in this place, and some ice helms. I don't want ice armor. Ice shields are okay. Mostly want ice helms. And then this guy can have ice shields to be super tank. Ice shields are also really good late game. I honestly don't know if it's worth having Salaman's sword. We're only attacking with 3. And we have 4 serpent swords. Salamander sword is not going to be good in the next area. I think what we have now is good. We just need to buy some mallets. $23. Need more. Should have kept Shell Helm. Wait, I can buy those though, right? No. I can buy shell armor in the Village of the Ancients. This is a frog area too. Not many. Alright. White Mage, rest. Because you came in late, you need to ask, is Red the default item user for now? For now, yeah. I kind of got pushed in that direction. when I start with 4 warriors or 4 monks or Onion Knight, I like to have someone that's just gonna defend every turn to boost job level. So even though they're not contributing to battle, they're kind of power leveling behind the scenes. Job level is used as a multiplier for any offensive items and for your attack and for other things. So while these guys are carrying the weight, Red is getting progressively stronger. We can switch him over to being a damage dealer. He's probably going to be the one that's going to be attacking Salamander. And then I'll have one of the others or more of the others use Antarctic Winds, because he's got a higher job level. But because your job level growth is based on number of actions that you take, and because defend always goes first, if you have one person defending every battle, they're guaranteed to get job experience. Silent Seal? What even? Wow, what a drop. Yeah, so right now they're just defending, and then for Giant Rat they were using items because it just kind of makes sense at that point to have one person with a higher job level and have that one person having your most effective item user use your damaging items against Giant Rat. That makes the most sense. But eventually Red is going to be the damage dealer. Yes, it is different for each version. I think the Famicom version is also different. You get a different credit towards job level depending on the action. In this game, it appears to be 4 actions regardless of what they are will give you a level. There have been some weird battles though where like a monk needed 5, where I was doing like a dedicated job level grind and I was doing 4 turns of defending and then killing everything. See? Ruinous Wave can use Bad Breath? I thought that didn't show up until World 2. That's brutal. Wow. Everybody has leveled. Okay. Good level. Or a good encounter. and Bad Breath. Are they gonna double up? Wow. That's nasty. So, in this playthrough, I haven't seen those guys... Prior to this playthrough, I'd never seen those guys use Bad Breath, and they use it in consecutive fights. In the first dungeon in the game, I don't think I had seen a 5 enemy encounter before. And we got 2 of those consecutively as well. It seems like a waste. I feel like I should have red equipped with weapons. But we'll stick to our guns. $483. That's a big fucking swing. Holy shit. You've seen the five enemy encounter a fair bit? Wow. Yeah, I think the last 2 playthroughs I did, I think it was just goblins even. And, you know, prior to that I've seen Carbuncle and the other things. But yeah, usually in groups of 3 or 4. I got the 5 enemy encounter, and then I ran away from it after saying, I've never seen that before. And then the next encounter was the same 5 enemy encounter, but a back attack. So they really were educating me. The back-to-back Bad Breath, though, that's nasty. I thought it was just the Black Flan on the way to Goldor that used that. Following ominously? No. It's just an underscore. Underscore is just there to space out email addresses. Harmless. Used to do some grinding in the first dungeon. I'm scared of that, because you have Onion Knight. I like to... You're forced to get 1 level as Onion Knight, because Land Turtle experience is going to give you a level. Unless, like, you force kill some of them. So I just get the 1 level. Grinding as Onion Knight is braver than I am. Ha ha ha, you fools didn't even notice me. Underscore has betrayed us. It must be Markdown. Do we care? We have 89 potions. Yeah, but like playing an entire playthrough as Onion Knight, you know that you're doing an entire playthrough as Onion Knight. But like knowing that you're going to get something better than Onion Knight and still grinding there. You get all the misses. You sell the attack items. You sell the attack items. I mean, honestly, yeah. Makes sense. Trying to think, like, in the perspective of these challenges, though, it's like, oh my god, what? You're selling those? But yeah, in a normal playthrough, yeah. These guys. We are definitely ill-equipped for this fight, I think. So we have 2 Antarctic winds. I think there's 1 more in here. So we'll be able to do like attack, Antarctic wind, Bacchus's cider. In a normal playthrough, yeah, for sure. You either keep it or sell it. You never ever use it. If we have 3 of these, like, what do the other guys do? Do we... This might be a solo win. It might be attack, Antarctic Wind, Antarctic Wind. Lowest job level guy uses Bacchus's cider. And then... Turn 2... Job level 50. It might be him, man. He might be the guy. Our lowest job level is 38. That's okay. So they'll still get a good multiplier. We'll do 1 ice shield. We don't actually need the resists, right? Because we have that, and that doesn't stack. So first turn will be attack, Antarctic Wind, Bacchus's cider. We have 3. We have 4. So we could do attack, Antarctic Wind, and then Zeus's Wrath after that. Warrior HP growth has seemed okay. Start another run that you'll probably pick up again soon. First time using White Mage. Oh my god. Skipped White and Devout, never used summons. Seeing these challenges makes you think you need to take more and more risks. Oh man, okay, so White Mage I think is the best start that you can have. White Mage is so good. So good. Like, normally in Final Fantasy, White Mage gets only healing and support things. Maybe you'll get Silence. But in this game, White Mage gets Arrow in, like, the second dungeon in the game. Was that a 2000? 2,000? Even with weakness, like, god damn. Yeah, so White Mage gets Arrow early, which is good for Giant Rat, and it's good for Garuda, because Garuda is weak to it. And White Mage gets all of the healing stuff in addition. And White Mage can use Curaga and Curaja, I think. I don't think they get tier 8. I don't think they can use Holy. 8? Yeah. They might not get 7 either. 7 is Curaja. They might not get Curaja, but they do get a lot of Curaga stacks. And with high enough spirit that Curaga is really good. White Mage is super good. Devout is also really fucked up. If you have an AoE healer, you're more or less guaranteed to win the game. White Mage gets 7, but not 8. Okay. So they don't get Holy, but they get Curaja. Never use any summons. Summoner is really fucking strong. Evoker is definitely not, but Evoker is really funny, and that, I think, is more valuable. Evoker, if you don't mind spoilers, I guess I'll hold off on mentioning Evoker. Mechanics. Until you mention if you care to hear about those or not. Evoker is my favorite in this game, though. Job level 51. We'll see. We'll see how this fight ends up. You know how evoker works, you just never use it. Okay. Yeah, the gamble of, like, this is either gonna save my whole team or do minuscule damage is really fun. Alright, attack, Antarctic Wind, and you're gonna Bacchus's Cider and pray that you go before red. Flame opening is 99? That's it? 488 Antarctic Wind, 500. That's it, then. We won. He's got 2,500 health left, and he's not doing shit for damage. Bacchus' Cider lowered my damage. 140? Both of those two... Why? They both did 400 before, and then combined they did 400 this time. Yeah, Bacchus' Cider just sucks in this. But we're just gonna high potion him, and then he's gonna be able to solo it. If we need to. Do I even want to use more high potions? I guess I can. We'll win here, yeah. Wow. Okay, well that's not how I expected that fight to go, but... Dude, who fucking knows? I thought Bacchus' Cider was at a hit multiplier, but... I don't know. Okay, so... I would like Ranger... I think. Although Warrior Ranger I got in the previous one. Ranger Knight Thief. Warrior Knight would be funny. I don't know. Any of these would be fine. What did we get? Yes. Yes. Any of these would be fine. So... So how about an onion? This is the best possible place to get an onion, because the fire crystal jobs frankly suck. Who's our onion? Who do we want to make an onion? Any of these are fine. Definitely not red. His job level is too high. Yeah, a water crystal onion is devastating. Onion here is okay. Moldy onion. Shallot has the most HP. What about color? Pink, blue, green. I like the pink onion a lot. I like the pink onion a lot. I have no... See, I got fucking punished. I sold the shell helm, and that's like the best Onion Knight gear that you can get. Isn't that red? No, red is this one. The one that's on the layout. Pink versus red are really close. Alright, well, I'm okay with this. It's really rare and really unfortunate if the fire crystal job is a playthrough defining job. So we'll see. Worst that could happen here would be Dark Knight. Dark Knight Water. And I think I owe it to you guys to go find out. It's only one dungeon and one fight away. Warrior, Onion Knight, Dark Knight would be fucking devastating. I don't even know, man. I don't even know what we can do to salvage. I feel so bad that I sold that shell helm, because I don't think I can get. I don't think I can get one. This place has shell armor. I knew it the moment I sold it. I think that's the only shell helm in the game. And I think besides leather, maybe mithril. We'll go check mithril. I think besides those, that's the only helmet that Onion Knight can use until Crystal. Oh, I need to change the layout. What's the shortcut for Onion? Oh, I didn't even update the title. War! O-N... O-N-N? Do I type the whole thing? Type in the whole thing. O-K-N? Probably. Onk! Onion Knight isn't an FF14? Fucking trash game. Warog. This way? Alright, we got a thing for him. I have no cash. You can't use armor? Okay. I was gonna be very upset if you couldn't use mithril armor. Okay. Alright, we're fine. Let's go get abducted. Can you use a staff or a rod? Maybe. There is no worlds in which an Onion Knight is going to outdamage warriors, though. So he's just gonna sit and defend and gain levels. Maybe use a high potion. The Onion Knight's best equipment is bow. Great bow and holy arrow. Until endgame. I'm pretty psyched about Onion, though, because we already have a means of killing dragons. So, worst case scenario, we can just farm. We can farm and get an onion sword. Every arrow is ranger only. Except for wooden, iron, and holy. The 3 elemental arrows, Medusa, Yoichi, and the other one. We'll see. Onion Knight on Fire Crystal is not bad, honestly. Did we get a turn? Yeah, Water Crystal is the dangerous one. That's the run-defying crystal. 20 potions. If we get Dark Knight and Water Crystal, we are fucked. For Garuda, anyways. If we can make it if we can make it past Garuda with Dark Knight, then the game's complete. Is Onion gonna shoot bow? Actually, in this dungeon it would be beneficial, because everything here is undead, I think. I still think in most fights it's going to be better to defend. If we get like the 2 mummy, 2 lemur, I'll probably attack. Do you have to worry about enemies absorbing certain elements? Actually, no. The biggest concern is enemies absorbing drain. And there are only like 3 of those in the game. Like Zombie Dragon and Bone Dragon are basically it. Alright, now this time, I'm gonna walk up to this chest and I'm gonna open it, instead of walking up to the chest and then turning around. Open, and it is an elixir. So I was short 1 elixir last playthrough. Lamia. One. 1 experience away. Two hits, 12. Hell yeah, dude. Way to contribute. Equip these, you fucking idiot. Almost reloaded my game. Oh god. Alright, what are we doing here? We just attack? Cross our fingers? We have a lot of Zeus's Wrath, I think. So Hein does absorb. When he does barrier change, I think it's 1 weakness, 1 neutral, 1 absorb. The issue is our onion is level fucking 0. I'm just gonna Bacchus's Cider again. And then after that, High Potion every turn, and cross our fingers, I think. This is gonna be a long fight, again. Great. Nice fucking crit. Yeah, Monk was hitting for 250. So I don't actually know how elemental weaknesses work with weapons, because I've never had... Oh shit. Oh, lucky. I've never had physical attacks besides Drain Reversal. I've never had those get absorbed. I also haven't really noticed an elemental weakness boost from weapons. Got him, anyways. Thankfully, Hein's a pushover. Yeah, the tree can go home. The issue is, my wine glass is empty and my wine bottle is empty. I do have another bottle of white wine that I opened, but it's like 2 weeks old now, and I'm pretty sure that wine doesn't last that long. But I have 5 bottles of red that are unopened. What do? I always forget to loot this place. This place has cider, actually. It wasn't the Bard Town. It was this place. So the Bacchus cider drop that I got really wasn't that much of a boost. I mean, honestly, the Bacchus cider drop that I got sucked, and it didn't make any noticeable improvement to my damage. But it also isn't really a unique thing. Setsugan. It's at least money. I can buy potions with those. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick restroom break. Maybe wine? I'm gonna have to think. I'll be back. Disappointed. I have red wine that sounds really great, but I can't find my corkscrew. And I don't have time to look for it right now. So, we'll unlock Water Crystal, and then I'll go look for that. In, chat paused. Why? Freelancer doesn't exist in this one. Freelancer is a 3D, FF3 3D exclusive thing. And then Onion Knight is like the super job, the super post-game job. In this one, Onion Knight can't do shit. It can't use anything. It's just the embarrassment. Until the end game, and then it can use the best stuff. Where are these? I could have sworn that Onion Knight could use Ice Helm. I guess it's just Ice Shields. And then Crystal Gear. Honestly, I'm shocked that Onion Knight can use Crystal Gear. You better believe that person gives 2 elixirs. Yeah. That's the main reason that I decided to postpone this visit. I normally steal all the stuff beforehand, but then I have to go back and talk to this person anyways, so if I don't have a ranger or someone that benefits from, you know, Scholar Robe or the arrows or the books, then I just don't bother. We are going to sit. Man, where would I put that corkscrew? It's not in my bar, and it's not in the cabinets. I'm gonna have to do some searching. Yeah, that FF3DS job fatigue thing is nasty. I couldn't remember how to make it land on land. Here you go. Just crash your boat into the ocean when you want to land. Alright, what do you guys think? Water crystal. Oh, we get Blood Sword here too, which is basically endgame equipment for Warrior. Oh, Evoker would be so good. Evoker would be so good on this scene. Man, that would be so much fun. I'm just praying for not Viking again. Like, Viking is fantastic, but I've gotten so much Viking lately. Yeah, you can't get Onion twice in either my bot or the 4J Fiesta page. I'm hoping no Dark Knight. God, like there are so many landmines here right now. I gave her an elixir my first time because I was like, oh, Sid's wife is in the bed and an elixir healed her. I should give her an elixir. But no, you shouldn't. You should give her a potion. She's gonna die anyways. Yeah, Dark Knight would be bad. Dark Knight would be really bad here. God, like so many of them. Dark Knight, like we have no damage for Garuda, and we're gonna have to farm for a Raven's Yawn. Geomancer would also be bad, but like in the short term, Geomancer at least does good damage to Garuda. So we can get past Garuda and then just pray that we get an Earth Crystal bailout. Dark Knight does really good endgame damage, but just doesn't help us to get past Garuda. These things crush me, I think. Yeah. The one guy with the blood sword didn't get hit. Yeah, so Viking would be fine, but I don't want Viking just for the sake of variety. Do I get turns? Did I get ambushed again? Getting hit 6 times before my first action. Three ambushes in a row, huh? Sure. Seems fine. And no one attacked red again. Good. How many? 30. Black belts? Black belt would win? Black belt would win. Evoker and Bard would be good. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, Dark Knight would suck for Garuda, but Dark Knight would be a fun endgame. I like Dark Knight. Geomancer is probably the worst. Probably the worst outcome. Probably. I should probably fight until I get a level. I'm probably gonna need the max HP for Blizzaga. Good target. Worst Earth Crystal pick is probably Magus, which I've gotten twice. Summoner and Magus, I think, are equivalent, but Summoner has faster grinds because Summoner can just use Odin and win the encounter. Summoner damage is just outrageous. Magus has Drain, which is good, but it's usually not adequate to stall out Cloud of Darkness. This is a little bit slow. Summoner cannot heal. Summoner is only damage. Evoker can heal, but it's random chance of heal. You can tell the Evoker that you want to heal. An Evoker can tell Ifrit that you want to heal. And Ifrit can go, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna blast Hellfire. So both Magus and Summoner are essentially just using Flare and Bahamut every turn against Cloud of Darkness and Ahriman. If you have Devout or Sage, you win. Because you can just use Kiraja every turn. And if you have Ninja, it appears as though you win. Because Bloodlance Ragnarok is fucked up, and Shurikens are fucked up. If you have anybody that can stay alive to use elixirs, you're okay. So, yeah, really, Magus and Summoner are probably the worst two that you can get. One more level. These didn't give nearly as much experience as I thought they did. I thought it was just going to be like 2 or 3 extra encounters. Not like a whole ass grinding session here. Yeah, if you already have Sustain and you're missing DPS, then Magus or Summoner solve that problem. Alright. Serpent, serpent, serpent. What do you resist? Nothing. Do 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 do. This fight is really not a danger unless we get hit by Blizzaga. Or unless my guy with Bloodsword gets blinded. I mean, this thing might be dead next turn. We do so much damage. Yeah. Okay, that level was not necessary at all. And maybe, in fact, detrimental. If we get Black Belt or we get Viking. Alright, please, give me Evoker. Geomancer, Dragoon, Viking, Black Belt, Dark Knight, Evoker, Bard. Alright, moment of truth. Got him. Best job unlocked. This thing is a fucking train wreck. Now, the scary thing is Goldor, because we have two characters that can't take action in battle, but we also have two warriors that are going to be really, really fucking strong. But this playthrough is a win now. It's going to be a nightmare, but it's a win. What's evokers? Is it EVO? EKR? EVK? I don't think evokers been in anything. I think they learned their lesson. They realized that the class is too strong. EVO. War Onion EVO. Sounds like someone had a bad hotel registration experience. Alright. Chive? Moldy? Moldy evoker? Do we double evoker? Oh, do we double evoker? Yes. But we only have... I think we only have one Scholar Robe and Scholar Hat. I think we keep two warriors until after Goldor, and then maybe we swap. Double Evoker beats Garuda. Double Evoker wins the game, frankly. Yeah. We do single Evoker and then switch. Double Evoker with Fire and Ice Rod too. Buckle up. What can we sell? We don't have anybody that can use those. Evoker can't use Mage Robe. Scholar Robe we can. Night Robe we can't. Heroic Shield we can't. Shuriken we should probably sell. Can't use books. None of us can read. Killer Bow we can't use. Sunset's a gun. We cannot. Turfing we can't. Royal Sword we can't. Max that shit out. Oh man. Alright. This is a great playthrough. This is just about the most exciting I could have asked for. Onion Knight and Evoker. My two favorite jobs. Alright, I'm ready.